Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Tuesday edition of Weather Where You Are. I'm Ella Dorsey. Today, we're talking about the bomb weather. I mean, it is so dang nice outside. I haven't been out there yet, but I've been talking about it all morning, so I can tell you. It's nice. And I'm sure if you guys watch me, I talk about April, like this time of year being my favorite time of year. And this is why, we're going to get a stretch of weather here for the next 10, 12 days that's going to be just about perfect. There's just not much you can complain about. It's been cold the last couple mornings. We're done with that. We're not going to see much rain, really through the end of next week. By the way, next Thursday's my birthday. So Mother Nature really cooperates when my birthday comes around every year. It's really nice. Look at it outside. I mean, it's just perfect. It's a little bit warmer than yesterday, too. Actually, wow, it's quite a bit warmer than yesterday. 6 to 11 degrees warmer. That warmth will carry us into the afternoon. So we only hit 67 yesterday. We'll hit 74 today. Mostly sunny skies. Sunset not until 8:15. The days are long. It's just nice, okay? Morning lows this morning, we saw widespread lows in the 30s. So you can see our low here in Atlanta was 40. That will not be the case. From here on out, we're looking at milder mornings. So low 50s Wednesday, Thursday. Some areas will still be in the 40s. But by this weekend, we're back in the low 60s. So you don't have to worry about cold. By the way, we still saw frost advisories in the mountains this morning and yesterday morning. That's about average for this time of year. The average last spring freeze is sometime around April 20th. It's April 25th today. Blairsville did drop below freezing briefly this morning. So right around average for this time of year. I think this is probably the last, if we're going to be on average and it looks warmer as we head into May, this is probably the last freeze for the mountains was this morning. Really dry air in place. Look at the dew points. In the 30s and 40s. That's the reason it feels so good outside. This is why this time of year is so great, okay? Because even when you were in the 80s with that lower humidity, it still feels so nice outside. Once we get into mid-late May, that humidity starts to increase, okay? And you guys know what Georgia summer humidity is like. So hold on to these dry days, okay? That high pressure in place. You can see some showers up to our north. That's along a cold front that is going to reach us tomorrow. But it's moving into that dry air. So most of the rain will be completely dried up by the time it reaches us. Essentially, we're just going to see increasing clouds tomorrow. I have a 20% chance on the 7-day forecast. I think that's overdone. 10% at highest tomorrow. Okay, doesn't really do much in terms of cooling us off. In fact, we're going to stay in the mid-70s. Mostly sunny skies return on Thursday, so little to no impact from this front coming through tomorrow. Forecast rain through Sunday. The gray area is no rain at all, which is pretty much all of the southeast. That's that high pressure. Some areas seeing a trace of rain. That's the light blue through Sunday. So again, the continuation of the very dry weather. Pollen count also starting to get lower. The count today is 127, which is still considered high. I'm still feeling a little bit. There's moderate levels of grass and weed pollen, which is the kind that can cause you to be stuffy. However, it's the lowest count so far this month. Okay? A week ago, we were in the 1,000, so it's a tenth of what it was a week ago. So the light at the end of the tunnel is coming for pollen season. Usually by early May, we see much lower levels. And we got an early start to pollen season this year because it was just so wet and kind of warm at the end of winter. So I bet you by this time next week, the levels drop out of being high. There's the calendar. You can see we really maxed out first week of April, okay? Okay, so here's our average highs, 76 degrees. It's just going to be right there through Saturday. Feeling amazing. Amazing outside. But then by Sunday, Monday, we jump into the 80s. So that unseasonably warm weather is really going to take over for the eastern two-thirds of the country. Here's the climate outlook. Climate Prediction Center's temperature outlook for early May. You can see unseasonably warm weather is likely for most of the Midwest and Southeast. What does that mean? Well, our average high is 7 degrees next week. I think we're going to be in the 80s all week next week. So if you like the 70s, enjoy this week, guys, okay? The seasonal forecast did predict an unseasonably warm April, May, and June. So We might not get that many more 70-degree high temperatures. We might be into the 80s pretty quickly next month. I hope that we see the 70s highs because, God, it's just so nice outside when it feels that great. But I would suspect that by the end of May, we're starting to see our 90-degree days, okay? Here's the 7-day forecast. This is what I'm talking about, the nicest stretch of weather. We've only had like a stretch of, I think, 9 days. We saw a stretch of 9 days in February without rain, and that was by far the driest stretch we've had. Look, yesterday, now we have today, all the way through Tuesday of next week. Tuesday's the next chance for rain next week. So, beautiful, mild, just perfect, okay? Not a whole lot to talk about in the weather department, which is always good news. All right, y'all, get outside. Enjoy these beautiful, long days, low humidity, because in 1 month, you guys know how it's going to feel out there, okay? All right, y'all, have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the weather. I will see you tomorrow. Atlanta's First at 6 a.m.